is I want to go back to my client, Dr. Wu. What Dr. Wu didn't seem to understand was that the behavioral problems in fitting in with his workplace, it was him. That's not to say all of his coworkers were not, some of them probably didn't like him, maybe didn't like him. But what he failed to do was to put himself in the other person's shoes. What he really failed to do, and he was in kind of an engineering management position, what he failed to do is to understand what made those people tick, what motivated them. And I think that that is probably one of the big problems that managers face today, is they don't understand what makes their people tick. You need to know your people that you supervise or that you manage. If you don't know your people, you're simply going to supervise them. If you know your people, then you can relate to them. Then you really can actually create an environment where the employee becomes engaged and motivated. Okay, so I don't want to say you have to get involved in the personal issues so much. I don't even want to suggest that you have to become friends. I'm not suggesting that at all. But what I am suggesting is that you have to know what's going on. And I think one of the easiest types of employees to read that on are young mothers. You can tell when a young mother goes to work pretty much where she is. If she's nervous and anxious and whatnot, it means she took that child to daycare and it was sick. If everything is hunky dory, then then you won't see that. That employee will be upbeat, and you can see that. That is your job as a manager to read. As a sidelight, if you have a young mother coming in like that, send her home. I mean, so go home and take care of your baby. You're not going to help. You're not going to work here. Well, I don't want to give you the carte blanche there, but I've seen instances where good employees are basically can't work because their mind is somewhere else. Okay, so you know what makes them tick. How's your baby doing? Is over the flu? Good, great. So know your people, know what makes them tick. And again, you want to be careful. You don't want to get too overly involved there, but just remember Dr. Wu. Just ask how they're doing. Say hi, good morning. Do a little bit of chit-chat before you immediately get into business. I've done that myself as an executive before. First time I would see somebody in the morning, I would immediately get into business, and it just sets the day off on a wrong foot. You're seen as kind of an ogre, I guess you would say. Golly gee, why did you do this yesterday? It screwed up the whole thing, and blah, blah, blah. Well, you've ruined the whole day for that individual because they start out on a very down note there.